So I am always learning new things about the South. For example, in that last video, I learned that the South will fight you over their mayonnaise brands. And that is fascinating to me because I grew up in the land of Heinz and Hellmann's, and the only thing we really cared about when it came to mayonnaise was not accidentally eating Miracle Whip. So tonight I decided to dig into the great mayonnaise debate and see what actually sets these two brands apart. In this corner, Blue Plate mayonnaise. The number one comment that I hear from folks about Blue Plate is that it just tastes homemade, and a lot of that comes down to just the simplicity of ingredients. And that's just the basics. Egg yolks, oil, vinegar, a dash of sugar, and a dash of salt. And that gives it a rich, thick texture with just a hint of sweetness. That simplicity and lack of additional zest makes sense considering that it was created in New Orleans in 1923. Surrounded by Cajun foods and hot sauces, any additional kick or flavor would be redundant, in many cases conflicting in others. This mayonnaise was built to serve a specific purpose as an ingredient, a complementary part of the whole. And that's probably why so many people prefer Blue Plate when they're cooking, not just as an ingredient for their sandwiches, because that simplicity is versatility. And in this corner is Duke's mayonnaise, with a fan base so strong that it kind of scares me a little. I mean, there are songs, poems, papers written about this mayonnaise, and I mean, I get it, the stuff is white gold. And yeah, nobody ever did any of that for Heinz and Hellmann's. Now, Duke's is just a little bit older than Blue Plate. It was created in 1917 by a woman named Eugenia Dukes in Greenville, South Carolina, and she made it to put on her sandwiches that she would then sell to soldiers at the nearby base. In 1929, she sold a recipe, they created the first factory, and the rest is history. As for the recipe, Duke's uses a higher ratio of egg yolks than other brands, which makes it creamier and less likely to separate when it's heated. It also continues to be sugar-free, which means there's no sweet aftertaste to it, which I can appreciate as a lifelong despiser of Miracle Whip. And the signature tang comes from using cider vinegar and a little bit of paprika. Basically, Duke's as a mayonnaise is built to let you know that it's there. It doesn't just complement the other foods, it adds its own little notes as well. That makes it particularly good with sandwiches and salads, and there are many, many Southern cooks who swear by it in other dishes. But ultimately, preference in this debate tends to come down to one thing: childhood. Which mayonnaise makes food taste the most like mamas, aunts, and grandmas used to make? That's why a Duke's family is probably always going to be a Duke's family. A Blue Plate family is always going to be a Blue Plate family, and us Heinz and Hellmann's families just try not to talk about it too much.